on IBGR Radio. I am Arthie Moore, your host for today. It is the day before Christmas, and it's exciting because you're listening to season 3, episode 12, and you're in the people lane for success. And what's incredible about it is that I want to talk more into this. IBGR is a call sign as our radio station, but we're a lot more than that. We're more than a radio station, we're a network. Now, I love that because as a network, we're able to then, guide and support people a lot more with the expertise that we've got around us. I'm giving people the skills and the tools and the abilities to be able to talk into each other's areas of challenges, seeing where they need to help to grow their business as entrepreneurs. And my topic for today, I'm talking about something that's very dear to my heart, and that is the compassionate leader uses ethical and responsible guidance. Now, what's stunning about that is you need to know that we've created show notes for you. And this is all available on our ibgr.network website. Now, another thing I want to draw your attention to before I continue with my topic is that we now have available on the IBGR community something called mentoring groups. Now, while you've got access to these, I will encourage you and entice you to go to ibgr.network, join the mentoring groups, and when you join the community, you'll automatically be added to our community of commerce. Now, that gives you incredible access to amazing skills, tools, and techniques. Now, one of the stunning things is that the community of commerce is also a great place to network and connect with our entire community. So you can also join your favorite on air talents mentoring group. And by joining the mentoring groups, it gives you access to the useful tools and mentoring conversations around your specific business challenges. So join one or more of these mentoring groups today and start engaging with like minded business growers and entrepreneurs. I love that. I love that our visionaries, William Eastman and Donna Kunder, have come up with some incredible tools, supporting tools and techniques that's going to help you to continue. So, where we as on air talent can talk into some of these aspects once a week, you can continue learning and growing every single day by going onto our website, onto our Instagram, onto our Twitter, on our Facebook, on our social media platforms, even LinkedIn, and connect with us. Support us too. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us about your challenges because we want to actually talk into the topics that's relevant to you. And that's what I love about our radio station is we're always talking into what people need right now. So as an entrepreneur, I know that the last few months have been really hectic for a lot of people. It's been frustrating, it's been overwhelming, it's been scary, and it's been a roller coaster. There are so many things that, when you take a look at it, there are a lot of people have been broken down by the experience, and a lot of people have been built by the experience. So, what was the difference? What put them apart? What allowed them to challenge their minds to the point where they realized they were worth it, compared to the people who believe that they're in a situation that's useless? So, where some people felt useless, other entrepreneurs stepped up and looked at how could they use their skills in a useful way. How is this related to ethical and responsible behavior? Easily. It means that you have compassionate leaders of influence have a positive mindset of wanting to grow and add value to people around them. So they're looking for opportunities, but from a positive point of view. Now, when I look at the lockdown and situation, I look at the positivity of where I could change and challenge my thinking, where I was limited. And yes, I was. I was limited because of the situations, the systems that changed, the impact that it had on training, the impact that it had on our commercial business in terms of e-commerce. And then we looked at opportunities of what we could do differently and what we were creating differently. Now, I love that because it meant that we were starting to challenge our mindsets on a very different level. And so when I look at what are the benefits of becoming a compassionate leader of influence and how does it impact your ethical and responsible guidance. I feel that if you practice compassion, you'll experience some of the most incredible benefits in your everyday interactions. So you'll build powerful lifelong relationships, not just with your spouse, your partner, your families, and colleagues, as they experience the generosity of your compassion and thoughtfulness. But it goes further than that. It talks into the lifelong relationships that you create with all of the people around you in terms of business that you want to create in the future, the commercial business and entrepreneurship opportunities you want to have access to. So, if you are looking at it from that point of view, it makes a massive difference in how you can challenge your mindset. So, how would this benefit the people around you? Well, easily, because they will trust you, they'll respect and honor your word, knowing that you always have their best intentions in mind. Now, that's important. If you're going to lead in an ethical and responsible way and guide other people, your word needs to be your bond. Your word needs to be the very thing that people can trust regardless. It talks into your integrity, and before anybody can ask you about ethics, they will look at your integrity, your behavior, and how responsible are you with the way you hold yourself accountable. Now, I find that is a massive one. It is very intriguing for me to understand what can I do differently in the way that I speak to people and I speak into their lives, knowing that I am fully responsible at all times because I am guiding them based on what they see in me. I am the role model that needs to step up for them to be able to see that, yes, this does work. Yes, as we are challenged in these times, we can challenge these times by changing our mindsets. That we can challenge what is going on right now. We can challenge the status quo. We can question everything. Now, as entrepreneurs, we always say, be curious. Okay, in order to be curious, I believe that one of the key aspects would be to question everything. Stop accepting that this situation is your reality. It's a reality for what is going on in the world, but it does not have to become your personal reality that defines your ability to succeed right now. Now, having compassion for yourself makes you realize that at every step of the way, as a human being, yes, you will experience these setbacks, but what are you going to do right now? How are you going to step up and be more for yourself and for everybody around you? What can you do differently? So, being curious is not just limited to questioning the things that's happening around you, the circumstances, the new rules, the new regulations. How will you use that to benefit yourself in a more powerful, positive way? And I think that, that is an incredible area to delve into. When you question what you can do differently, suddenly you've got a positivity mindset. You've got a brilliant mindset that is filled with possibilities that are unlimited. Now, I know that in a lot of the talks, we talk about potential. You have unlimited potential. Okay, but what are you going to do to tap into it? If you are not questioning yourself, if you're not challenging yourself, and you're not curious about your own growth and what you could do differently, what are you doing to challenge yourself? And that's my question. When is the last time you actually challenged your own thinking, your beliefs, and the things that's happening around you? Or are you okay to be complacent and say, let's leave it to other people. Let's see what goes on. Let's see what happens. Let's see what next year brings. Now, if you're going to be intentional about anything in your life, it means that the amount of money that comes into your bank account, the success of your business, the success of your relationships, the success of your ability to connect emotionally, deeply, meaningfully with your friends, your family, your spouse, your children is directly related to the positivity mindset that you have, the abundance mentality that you embody. And, when you are talking into ethical and responsible guidelines, you need to realize that you got to be very, very, very responsible in the way you speak to people, speak about people, and speak into people. You see, that positive mindset, that abundance mentality says to people that it does not matter what's going on right now. Together, we will make a difference. Together, we can unite and we can challenge the status quo. Together, we can find solutions and we can work it out and create a new, refreshing, incredible way of being that resonates with our expectations in life. So now, when you think about it, ethical behavior, responsible behavior, does that not scare you that you are responsible for the growth of the people around you based on the power of your words and what you are talking into them about? And that is something that we've got to be very, very careful. See, when I was talking about ethical and responsible guidance, I was talking to who you are as the business owner, entrepreneur, who you are as the individual. And that is something really important to take into your next year, into the new year. That's only a week away. Now, what can you do differently in this next week to create and to question and use curiosity to create a quality of thinking for the lifestyle that you deserve in your future by taking a look at your current present situation? You see, compassionate leaders of influence will always attract the reality of energy and energy of who they are. And they will always be the type of people that welcome people into their fold. They welcome people into their lives. They welcome people into the business environment. They don't hold on to secrets. They share their experiences. They don't hold on to tools and techniques. They share it willingly because they want to help people to grow. And I know I've spoken to a lot of areas once again, but I think that it's important for us to take a short 2 to 3 minute break. And when we return, I'm actually going to talk to you about some incredible areas that are really worthwhile delving into. But in the meantime, join us and become a member of our Insiders Network by going to our website and clicking the Join Us link, and connect and interact with us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I look forward to the next session with you right now.